Greetings, viewers. Welcome to another fan art drawing time-lapse video by yours truly, Aziz Draws. This week, which is technically supposed to be last week, was Luffy from One Piece. I do apologize to anyone who was anticipating this video to show up last week, as I was sick and my voice wasn't really sounding too great, to be honest. And I also had some studio work to take care of, so I had to manage my time for that. And so I figured I would take a break from YouTube for just 1 week and, let my body recover, heal, and so that way I provide content that isn't at 60%, not 70. No, we want 100% quality content. Anyway, yeah, I decided to draw Luffy from One Piece, specifically his Gear 4th Snakeman form. And I thought it was an interesting form. I think I haven't kept up with One Piece recently, but I have seen images of the Snakeman form as well as his other gears over the years, despite not necessarily keeping up with the show myself. But I thought it was an interesting form, and I'm sure the fan art is rampant because I think some weeks back an episode came out with the introduction of Snakeman into the anime, so I'm sure there's plenty of fan art where that came from. But I decided to do it myself, as I thought the form was pretty cool. It was kind of like the Gear 4th. When I saw that for the first time some years back, I was like, this is awesome. His body's real funny though. And then Snakeman comes in and kind of like tones it down. And so I feel like that was the final component to me saying, okay, yeah, this is a pretty cool form. But I mean, the original Gear 4th is pretty cool too. Snakeman, I think, is just cooler. But yeah, this drawing wasn't too long. I actually have the speed for this time lapse at 4,000%. Is it 4,000%? Yeah, 4,000% instead of 8,000. The drawing just didn't take as long, and it's probably because same thing happened with Avatar fan art, where if usually the subject doesn't have as many colors that I have to block out, or if the shading is a material such as skin color or things that don't require too much texture development, then I end up spending not as much time on the drawing as what's that one drawing that took a while, the Naruto drawing. I think that took like almost 8 hours. So yeah, and since it's a pretty close-up composition, that also speeds up time, as I'm not focusing on multiple subjects throughout the drawing, so I don't have to make this massive scale of a composition and then have to focus on every component so that it's properly detailed and balanced all throughout. But yeah, it was still fun. When I finished this drawing, I actually found out that I drew the fist incorrectly. You can see this entire time I've been drawing a closed fist. And in his Gear 4th, he does have a closed fist, but in his Gear 4th Snakeman, he opens his fist kind of. Someone commented on my live stream about it. And so when I was observing it again, I realized it was right. The fist was kind of at this open palm kind of posture, which is pretty cool. So I figured I'd fix that later. You won't see it until probably the very last bit of this time lapse, as it didn't take very long for me to fix it, as it was just me simply manipulating the shadows and lighting around his hand. And I mean, there wasn't too much to it, as the rest of the fan art was pretty accurate in terms of representing Luffy in that form anyway. It was just like the closed fist that I had to change. The colors, I just wanted to kind of reflect on the idea that anytime Luffy uses his gears, there's a lot of heat going on. I mean, you'll see there's just constant steam running from his body every time he does it. And so I wanted the colors of this fan art to represent that. Lots of warm colors. The overall wash that I add to his subject is very, toned down red. And so that was just, like I said, just to represent heat and, warmth, and just lots of colors that show you, hey, this is this requires a lot of energy, it requires a lot of heat, and you know, you got to watch out because Luffy's using his gears. So yeah, it was nothing too much going on with the composition, other than that, you know, warm colors. I did have fun doing the smoke trails, or not smoke trails, but steam trails. I don't know, would you call that smoke, steam? I feel like steam, but it was this you know, representation of movement that I wanted to convey with the steam. I didn't just want it to be there. I wanted him to react with the steam react to Luffy. So that's why I kind of created that sense of focus around his fist with the steam, so that it would just, you know, indicate that, hey, he's about to punch, and his punch, you know, is holding a lot of energy to it, a lot of influence. And so a lot of these things that I do is to create, you know, someone's calling me. I wonder who. But yeah, that is mostly all the specific things that I was focused on with this drawing. And I mean, just your typical fan art drawing that I do. What am I going to do? I think I might do Full Metal Alchemist either next week or this week. No, not this week. I'm busy this week. I will upload another video this week of my original art that I've been working on. I uploaded a live stream earlier this week about it, so you'll probably see something around maybe later this week about that. But Full Metal I'll probably do next week or the week after, but I'm gonna have to watch some episodes first. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon.